Doma Sports Talk worldwide with news from the Formula One. Now, seems like your boy Lewis Hamilton has drawn second blood. All right. Last 2 weeks ago, Sebastian Vettel won the first race of the season. Lewis Hamilton today wins in China the second race of the season, followed by Sebastian Vettel in third place, Max Verstappen, my homie. Boy, this young guy, you better be careful. He's going to mix it up with these boys. Now, this year, Sebastian Vettel has 4 championships. Lewis Hamilton has 3. I think we can agree that both of these guys are legends of the sport already, and they're not too old, or both of them around 30. So they have a few years in front of them. This is going to be a good year because Mercedes and Ferrari seem to have similar pace. When you have guys of this nature, great drivers going at each other, it should be interesting. And they want it. Lewis Hamilton wants it, and Sebastian Vettel wants it. It's good. And it was good to see him win this race because now both of them are even after 2 races. It's great, right? Only thing that's not so great is when you're looking at it, you're going to see Mercedes and Ferrari are pretty dominant, followed by Red Bull, right? But after that, it's going to be they're going to be very far behind. You know, those cars are not really driving to win, right? And we can hope we can get a few more cars in the mix. Let's see what happens. Another thing that I don't really like watching is Fernando Alonso not having a car that he can at least be competitive with. You know, the guy is a legend of the sport. Let's see what somebody does in terms of, or Honda does, in terms of getting him a car, trying to upgrade that thing pretty quickly, see if he can get in the mix before it's too late this year again. Meaning he's had the last 2 or 3 years and he hasn't been relevant. Pretty hard to watch when you've been watching for a while because he's one of the best. That's what everyone says that in the know, that he's one of the best. So it would be good to have him have a car that is competitive, right? But if that doesn't happen, you still have 2 legends going at it, followed by a young gun and Max Verstappen, who I say is not trying to drive behind nobody. Those are the guys that I like in the Formula One because it's not that much overtaken in the first place. And other things I don't like, of course, is that, you know, it's only 2 teams pretty much driving for the championship. Let me say this, too, about the number 2s in Ferrari, Kimi Räikkönen and Valtteri Bottas in Mercedes. It's going to be the 3rd race next week, fellas. If you're going to make some noise in your team, it better start being next week. You start letting number 1 driver get too far ahead of you, then you're going to be number 2 definitely confirmed, and you won't be able to have a chance to win. So y'all better step up y'all game by this weekend. That's Räikkönen and Bottas. See if they can get a little bit more points and get in front of that so-called number 1 driver. This would be the week to make your move because I know in the back of your minds you guys are not trying to drive and be number 2 only, right? You know you want to beat that number 1. Well, if you want to do it, it better be next week. Let's see what happens. But back to the headline, Lewis Hamilton wins the second race of the season in China, followed by Sebastian Vettel. 2 legends going at it. Let's enjoy that. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here.